Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Ginny Marvin.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us bright and early today at SMX. I'm Ginny Marvin, and I lead our direct response ads team at YouTube. So, I know you might be thinking, why is YouTube at SMX? I mean, why is a video platform at a search marketing conference? Well, don't worry, you're in the right place. And actually, this is the first time YouTube has ever been at a search marketing conference. So we're really excited to be here. This is a really big deal for us. And you know, we've been working on direct response video formats for app promotion for quite a while now, but we haven't had a comprehensive solution for driving web conversions until now. So we're really excited to celebrate this milestone with you. And today I'm going to share some of our newest innovations that help you harness the combined power of search and YouTube together. And then I'll hand it over to Anthony Chavez, who'll share the latest on our new Adwords experience. So I wanted to start off by just having everybody take a minute, think about the things that you bought last week. How did you decide what to buy? Well, if you're like most people, 86% to be exact, then you turn to Google for help. We have the world's information at our fingertips when we're shopping. We can read reviews, we can search product details, we can even watch videos to help us make the best decision possible. And for me, what that means is that even small everyday purchases, like a toothbrush, can kick off a big research project. Actually, did you know that mobile searches for toothbrush reviews have more than doubled in the last 2 years? So whether it's a car or a toothbrush, we want to literally see things in action before we buy them. And this is why people are increasingly turning to YouTube in addition to search for help with their purchase decisions. And we can see this trend in YouTube search data. Over the last 2 years, review videos on YouTube have had over 50,000 years worth of watch time on mobile alone. That's over 438 million hours. And it's not a far jump to go from review to purchase. We've seen a 100% increase in online conversions coming from YouTube ads globally over the last 12 months. And that's showing that consumers are coming to YouTube not only to research, but to take action. So today I'll share 3 features that help brands harness this commercial intent on YouTube for the first time ever. So to start, remarketing lists on search used to be the only way that you could re-engage users who did not immediately convert. With custom intent audiences, you now have a second chance at winning them over using the most persuasive tool in the world, video. Custom intent audiences allow brands to reach people who searched for relevant keywords on Google. All you have to do is create a keyword list, or you could just repurpose the keyword lists that you're already using on your search campaigns. Purple, the online mattress retailer, used custom intent audiences to sell mattress protectors. Targeting YouTube viewers who had recently searched for queen bed sheets, they were able to lower the cost per visit by over 30%. And they saw a 3x increase in the number of people who were searching for Purple on Google.com. So once you found the people with the strongest intent, the next step is to make it really easy for them to take action. TrueView for Action is our new format optimized to do exactly that. You can use it to drive whatever action is most important to your business, like clicks to your website or new signups. Now, it's most powerful if you combine it with custom intent audiences. That way you can reach people who are just on the brink of making that purchase decision. TrueView for Action campaigns use target Cpa bidding to automatically optimize bids using Google's advanced machine learning technology. Simply put, you can now bid and buy for your video campaigns just like you do on search today. So this suite of features makes YouTube more actionable, and early adopter brands are seeing it in the KPIs that matter most to them. Whether it's investment startup, Betterment, who increased their return on ad spend by 6x, online education platform, Masterclass, who grew class signups by over 140%, or travel giant, Kayak, who reduced their CPA by 80%. Brands around the world are using YouTube to drive meaningful and efficient business results. So like I said before, being here at SMX is a major milestone for us at YouTube. And we just touched on a few of the new innovations today, but I hope you'll swing by the Google Classroom this afternoon so we can learn more about these products and learn about how you can use video to drive performance. For now, I'll turn it over to Anthony Chavez to share the latest from the new Adwords experience.
Thank you, Nikki. Hi, everyone. Good morning. I really look forward to this event every year. It's a great opportunity to connect with the folks who use our products. Your feedback really helps us build a better AdWords, so thank you. So no surprise to anyone in this room, the world of marketing is getting more complex. Consumers use multiple devices throughout the day, watch more videos, and visit more websites and apps than ever before. They're also more demanding and expect to find the information they're looking for quickly and on the go. So as marketers, we need tools with the speed and simplicity to help you engage with consumers in the moments that matter. To this end, we've built a new AdWords experience to help you better meet consumers' rising expectations. We're excited to see so many advertisers using the innovations in the new experience, including the latest video features that Nikki talked about, to grow their business faster. So speaking of faster, let me give a couple of examples of how the new AdWords experience helps you get things done more efficiently. So how many people here have tried keyboard shortcuts? You folks, great. This is personally one of my favorite new features. In just a couple of clicks, I can go to the page I'm looking for to make a change or find the right data. It's really convenient. Ad variations is another tool that's fast and easy to use and can help drive really big increases in performance. In a few clicks, you can run ad copy tests across one or more campaigns or your entire account. We all know that finding the right creative message can have a significant impact, and ad variations helps you do this quickly and at scale. For example, it's helped Merkle improve their ads and increase their clients' conversions by 14%. So now let's take a moment to hear from iProspect UK, who beat their performance targets for a global campaign with help from these and other innovations.
iProspect is one of the leaders in the digital marketing industry. We always pride ourselves at trying to be at the forefront of any change that's happening and the forefront of new products coming out. Simply Be had a huge launch of swimwear campaign in the last 6 months, and they really wanted us to help push that forward.
Simply Be is a brand that exists to put fashion first for women of all shapes and sizes. The We Are Curves campaign is a celebration of all women with curves. It's about being confident in your own skin. What we found with iProspect is a company who made us engage with our customer in a brand new way, a way that was fit for the digital age. One thing Google AdWords does is give us enough transparency, enough data to actually affect change in the business.
Working with AdWords has really helped us to beat Simply Be's targets in the last 12 months. You know what results you're getting immediately, and you're able to invest more money if it's doing well. Things like time of day that are immediately shown in a more visual format. It allows you to make quicker decisions, which can immediately have impacts, and it's all just because you've seen a pie chart when you've logged in. The opportunities has really improved, being able to remove keywords in bulk that have had no impressions. That's really helped drive performance efficiently.
AdWords is now more important than it's ever been. What we can do is go after the customers who we know are in the position to buy on that device at that moment in time.
We love hearing stories like this, so I'm happy to introduce 2 new features that can help advertisers drive more success. First, in the new AdWords experience, we've completely redesigned the opportunities page to show you the most relevant, actionable recommendations to optimize your accounts. In fact, we're renaming it to the recommendations page. Now, you'll see recommendations for all aspects of your campaigns with 16 new types. For example, suggestions to set optimal bidding strategies, add audiences, and create better ads. And if you manage multiple accounts, which I know many of you do, you can now view and apply these recommendations at the manager account level. So what's the benefit? For international retailer Mango, by adopting smart bidding recommendations, they were able to drive a 59% increase in conversions with a 22% increase in ROAS. Really amazing results. And there's more. Coming soon, we'll introduce a new account performance score. This will help you understand your overall level of optimization and prioritize the top areas to drive better performance. One thing I do want to call out, in case folks may be wondering, the account performance score has no relationship to your quality score or ad rank. The other feature I'd like to introduce is what we call notes. Many of you have told us that tracking and sharing changes to AdWords accounts with clients or colleagues can be time-consuming. For example, suppose you launch a back-to-school promotion and see a big increase in clicks. You'd like to capture this information so it's not lost. With this new feature, you can simply leave a note directly on the performance chart so that you or anyone on the team can see what drove the change. We're really excited to bring you the new innovations we've announced today and hope they help you drive better ROI and faster growth. Now, I'm sure some of you have questions, but instead of just having Nikki and me up here talking, I'd like to invite Ginny Marvin on stage to join us. Many of you know Ginny from her contributions to Marketing Land and Search Engine Land. She has over 15 years of experience in the search marketing industry. Ginny's known for asking great questions, so let's give her a warm welcome and start the conversation.
Great. Thank you to everyone who came out early, and hello to our live streaming audience. Yes. Thank you, Anthony and Nikki. So I do have some questions, and we'll dive right in. So first, Anthony, on the new AdWords experience,
yes.
I know a lot of new features have been added exclusively in the new interface, and but there's still not parity with the old interface. So two questions. One, is that going to happen? And once that does or does not happen, you know, maybe I'm not sure if old features aren't going to be ported over, for example, but how long will both live together?
Okay, great question. So I'll kind of take it in different parts. So in terms of all of the existing features in kind of the old or the current interface moving to the new AdWords experience, we should be pretty close at this point. I'd love to get feedback maybe here as folks drop by the Google booth as well later today. There's obviously a lot of features we've built in AdWords over the years. At this point, I would say we are effectively or very close to parity with the existing features, plus obviously all the new innovations that we've been talking about, right? So at this point, any delta is very, very, very small, and we track feature usage and whatnot, so we kind of know the level. I think in terms of your kind of second part of your question, sort of like any time frame or how long will both interfaces continue to exist side by side, nothing to announce today. I would just say we're super focused on hearing advertiser feedback. You see a lot of the improvements and evolution, and hopefully many folks here and online have been trying out the new AdWords experience. Hopefully you've seen it evolve and get better and improve and address much of the feedback that folks have raised over time. So nothing to announce in terms of time frames or anything like that. We're just very focused on making the new experience as good as it can possibly be.
Okay. Yes, I'm sure anyone can come and find Google at their classroom and give feedback on the new experience. So that'll be great.
Yes.
And Nikki, so you shared some examples of the new performance capabilities. Can you just sum up again? So there's the custom intent audiences are rolling out, getting extended essentially to YouTube. And then can you talk more about it's called TrueView for Action ads?
Sure.
So you showed some examples. I talked to ClassPass, who was another early launch partner on this. And what struck me is in that conversation yesterday with them, talking about kind of this new idea of a symbiotic relationship between search and YouTube at another level. So can you talk more about how marketers should be thinking about that idea, performance marketers specifically?
Sure, yeah. So I think what's unique about video performance ads is that video helps you tell a really compelling story, and it can actually move people down the funnel. It can compel them into taking action. So the TrueView for Action format, there's a number of different options you could use to reach the right audience. You can reach them based off of their interests or the context that they're in. But what's really unique and exciting is this ability to take the search data and actually follow up for users who were searching for something relevant on Google.com, didn't convert. You have a chance to reach out to them again and follow up with this much more immersive format to sort of get them over the edge and compel them into taking action.
And that can happen without them having to have visited your site?
Yes, that's the big difference, right? So
yeah.
They don't need to have visited your website and be on your remarketing list. These are people who are searching for something relevant to your brand.
Yeah, and then with the TrueView for Action ads, the main difference there is, well, it's persistent throughout, right? Even when the videos, like the hosted videos playing?
Yeah, so there's a very prominent call to action on the format. And this appears in a couple different ways depending on the context that the user's in, mobile versus desktop, portrait versus landscape. But there's this call to action that could be configured to say whatever you like, book now, learn more, free trial. And that persists even after the video. So some people will click when the video is there, but it may take a second to think about whether you want to engage. And so that lingers for the duration of the host video. So you're giving users time to engage with it. And one thing that was really interesting that we learned is that these ads are skippable, right? So users who choose not to skip and to watch the entire ad, those are the most engaged users. And so we show the call to action right in the middle of the video player at the end of that ad, because that's when they're most primed to click.
Yeah, and I saw one this morning actually that the call to action was for a fitness something, and the call to action was take a quiz. So I was just thinking about that being really interesting, is that they're likely appealing to not bottom funnel, right? So they're using it at some higher level of the funnel, still a performance, end result at that point, but. So a lot of different ways to be thinking about that.
Yeah, we really encourage brands to try different call to actions and see what's working for different audiences.
Yeah. And Anthony, so I bet who's excited about notes in AdWords? Yeah. I mean,
yes,
that's
great.
It's pretty exciting.
Great to see, yeah.
Yeah. However, that's a pretty straightforward proposition. I don't have a lot of questions about it. It's just excited to see that roll out, and that'll be coming.
That will be rolling out over the coming few weeks.
Okay, great. The account performance score, can you talk a little bit about how marketers should be thinking about that once it appears in their accounts, and how, what it says and how to act on it?
Yeah. So with the account performance score, really our goal with that feature is to try and give advertisers another tool or another way to be able to sort of assess their overall level of optimization. But we also connect that score. So it's a numerical score, right? You'll have a score from 0 to 100. And then we tie, though, the score to specific recommendations that you have in the new recommendations page, right? So you can see, for example, if maybe bidding and budget recommendations or ad-related recommendations, and so to be able to see how those can increase your score. And again, the idea is to really help advertisers prioritize the top areas, right? The top kind of aspects of their campaign that can drive greater performance based upon our system's understanding of what we think can have the biggest impact.
Okay, great. And I know you said this, but just to double reiterate, it has nothing to do with how the auction works and your quality score or ad
yes,
rank.
Other than sort of the name score, it has no relationship to quality score or ad rank. It has no connection to sort of serving side aspects.
All right, and that also will be coming soon.
Yes,
to accounts
that will
near
be
you.
rolling out in the near future.
Okay, all right.
Coming
And Nikki, so over the past year, there's been a lot of concern about brand safety, particularly from brand-oriented advertisers, and a lot of changes have been made on YouTube's end. But I'm wondering how performance advertisers should also be thinking about brand safety, if they should be, both in planning and then once campaigns are in flight. How should they be thinking about that?
Yeah, so there's no denying that last year was pretty challenging for us, and we uncovered some issues that we're now systematically dealing with. It's critical to us that advertisers feel like they can be safe in building their brand on YouTube. So across the entire team, this is the highest priority for this year, is to regain advertisers' trust and systematically address these issues. So there's a number of initiatives in progress to do that. Some things that were announced in January. For example, we're staffing up a really large trust and safety team, and we're actually making really good progress on that. We've hired about by the end of this month, it'll be almost 50% of the 10,000 people that we're aiming to hire. Okay. We also announced in February that we're changing the threshold for the content that we're able to monetize.
Right.
And we have certain tranches of content that are now fully human reviewed, like Google Preferred.
Yep.
And another thing that we're doing is we've released some new advertiser tools, which help you make better trade-offs around reach versus how conservative you want to be with your content. And so I think this is really important for performance advertisers, because what some advertisers may be comfortable running on, others are not, and that's totally okay. And I'll give you an example. Popular music videos that may contain a little bit of profanity. For some brands, this is completely fine, and others don't want to run there. So you have complete control over that, and we're simplifying the tools that enable you to do that. But for performance marketers, there are going to be some cost efficiencies for running against some of the edgier content. Okay. So something to keep in mind if you are open to running there.
Okay. And I think we have time for one last question. And Nikki, I'm going to put this back on you because we're excited to have YouTube here at a search conference. And so one of the big hurdles for advertising on YouTube, obviously, is having the assets, right? So oftentimes, advertisers either don't have video assets at all, or they have assets that were created for training or information and not tailored for an advertising audience. So how do you where do you tell advertisers to start if they're feeling like they're hitting this roadblock from an asset perspective?
Yeah. So we actually have a team of people who have analyzed hundreds of True for Action videos to see what's working in terms of driving clicks and driving engagements. And one of the insights that came out of it was that the ads that were driving the most clicks had a very clear call to action early on in the video. So in the first 10 seconds, there's an explanation of the product. And some people are using this to do a product demo, to really explain the value, or just very simply cut to the chase. So I think what that means to us is that you can actually start pretty simple, these basic concepts of making sure your call to action is there clearly and that people understand your product. And so creating this type of videos, you know, I think there's a mistaken belief that it's prohibitively expensive to do that. You know, we have lots of examples of advertisers that are being creative about doing this. I think GoPro is a really good example, or they're sourcing content from user-generated videos. We do have a couple services at YouTube that will help with this. We have a service director on site, which actually matches small businesses with a network of filmmakers so they can actually show up to your business and film a 30-second video for you very cheaply. And we also, for app promoters, we automatically generate videos based off of the assets on the App Store. So I think there's a lot of creative ways that you can do it. And remember, this doesn't need to be like an Oscar-worthy video. I think something that's simple and that explains your product clearly and does it in a relatively short amount of time, that can be very successful.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Anthony, and thank you, Nikki. Thank you all
Jenny.
for attending, and we'll start back up at 9 a.m. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yep.